Okay, today we're going to do use substitution with binomials. And what that really means is that I just tried to write a shortcut name for it, but that means that I have a binomial, two terms in here, and that I am squaring plus 6 x minus 3 plus 8 is equal to 0. Notice one thing when you're doing this. Yeah, you could expand it all and then give yourself a lot of work, but remember, we're trying to make it so that you could put some tools in your toolbox, open mindset, where you could work it in a different way than the basic distribute and combine. That way you could save some time, and then you will finish the test within the allotted time. So here, if you notice, this binomial and this binomial are exactly the same. So one thing that I could do is, since they are the same, it's the same thing as having x squared plus 6x, or u squared plus 6u, on and on. So instead of expanding, we're going to use the u substitution. So the u, remember, we looked at the middle term, and the middle term is going to give us x minus 3. So if I square the u, and I square this, then I get u squared is equal to x minus 3 squared. So now I don't have to do all that other work. I could say u squared plus 6u plus 8 is equal to 0. So I can make my life a lot easier because I have the u squared, and if I'm going a little bit fast on it because I'm assuming that you watched the video with the exponents, it's the same exact method, except for it just looks a little bit more complicated here. But it's pretty much the same thing. So now I could actually factor these two together, and I could say, I know that when I'm factoring, I say that this has to be u, that has to be u, because when I multiply these two together, it has to give you u squared. And then I know the factors of 8. The factors of 8 are 1 and 8, and 2 and 4, and 3, and then 4 back, so that's the only factors of 8. And so I know, since these are the factors of 8, that those are the only two options that could be here. I could have a 1 and an 8. I could have a 1 here and an 8 here, or I could have a 2 here and a 4 here. But what are the two combinations? Does 8 plus 1 give me 6? No. Does 8 minus 1 give me 6? No. But 2 plus 4 gives me 6. So I know that this one's going to be 2, this one's going to be 4, and it's positive, because when I add those two together, it gives me 6. So I could check it by doing the actual multiplying out if I want to. This gives me 4u, and this gives me 2u, so that gives me 6u. Because two quantities are being multiplied together, I get u plus 2 is equal to 0, and u plus 4 equals to 0, so u equals negative 2, u equals negative 4. But that's only solving for u. I have not solved for x yet, which is what the problem is asking me to. But I know that u is equal to x minus 3. So since that's the case, I know that that's going to that, and then x minus 3 is going to equal to negative 4. When I solve here, I'm going to get x is equal to 1. And then when x is equal to here, I know I'm going to get negative 1. So the answers here is x equals to 1 and x equals to negative 1. You could substitute them back in there to see if they have any extraneous solutions. They do not. Let's see. So let's just do one of them just to make sure. So we could do the negative 1 minus 3 squared plus 6, negative 1 minus 3 plus 8 is equal to 0. So in this case here, I'm going to get 4, so that's going to be 16, and then plus 6, that times negative 4 is going to be negative 24, plus 8 is going to give you 0, so that's going to cancel. 0 is equal to 0. Okay, and then you could, that's this one here, and then you could check the other one, and the other one is going to be, let's just do it really quick, 1 minus 3 squared plus 6, 1 minus 3 plus 8 is equal to 0, so we end up with negative 2, so you get 4 plus, in this case you're not going to get a plus, it's going to be a minus because you get negative 2 and negative 12 plus 8 is going to be 0, and therefore that's going to cancel. 0 is equal to 0, so that is another solution. Okay, good.